What's up, guys? Welcome back to the JP and Trav show on the JP and Trav YouTube channel, and also those who are tuning in from Twitter. Uh, I'm your host with the most, JP, and to my right, I have my esteemed co-host, brother, and friend Travis J. Davidson. Travis, how you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling great, man. I am busy, constantly busy. Now the football season started, man. I got something every day, multiple things a day, on top of now all my team sports consulting group stuff. So pretty funny, though. I reached out. I've sent like 60 emails in the last 2 days to two specific sports across the entire 6A1 and 6A2 divisions in Oklahoma. Reached out to one today because I didn't get emails back yesterday, and I'm like, huh. Reached out to one. I'm like, hey, did you get an email from me? She was like, oh, it was in my junk. And I was like, oh, no. So after I send all these emails, I'm going to call each secretary and be like, hey, can you have all your coaches look in their junk folder? So anyways, but it's good. Sorry for those of you that, watch Cooking with Grill Boy every week. OU Insider, they pump out a lot of content. So on the schedule, they're like, we can drop you at 8 p.m. And I'm like, oh, that's right when I go live with JP. But that video is still going to be there. Odds are you've already eaten dinner tonight anyways. You're not going to want to spend the time cooking this week's dish because it's going to take you a while. It's going to be way past your dinner time. So, so watch it later. Watch it tomorrow. Watch it later and tomorrow. Blow those views up, like, comment, subscribe. Same thing you ought to do to this channel. So how are you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. We'll get into the obviously football piece in here in a little bit, but I got a big first cross country meet tomorrow that we host about 4 a year, and so I got a big day, going to be kind of honed in on that. But other than that, I'm blessed and not too stressed, unlike a lot of our fellow OU fans.
Right. It feels like we're coming off a loss.
It does. It's eerily similar to 2021, Trav. When we first started this thing,
Right.
we rattled off all those wins in a row, but it wasn't pretty, and people were upset, and everything like that. So yeah, man. I mean, I know we're about to get into it here, but yeah,
it was like that year. I remember it was like hey, we were like the worst 5-0 team in the country, and then we were the worst 6-0 team in the country, and I think we made it to 9-0, right?
Yeah.
Where it was like we were the worst 9-0 team in the country. I'm like, yeah, of the 9-0 teams, like, it proved to be true. They were waiting on that. The Boomers, they were waiting on our downfall so they could say they were right the whole time. But Les, it's been rough, man. I mean, from the post-game show, I thought people were just emotional. We had people calling from Poland to complain about how the way the boys played. But I think they're just expecting the worst, which isn't necessarily a bad way to go into a week, right? Yeah. Expect the worst, hope for the best.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, we'll get into it here in just a second, but yeah, let's do a little review, Trav, and you know what? Before we hop into that, I know y'all see it. I mean, can we talk about our boy? Can we talk about our boy out here balling, SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week? I talked to him a little bit the other day, and he's just like he's ready to get more. I mean, everybody that's followed Grayson, that you've seen him on here multiple times. You know his personality. You know who he is, and I'm just excited to see that start to come out. I mean, even the fact that on the little OU DNA video, BV's out here like, no, Oklahoma City, Grayson. And he said it again, hey, Grayson, I know you're there, right? Hilarious. But I think it tells you what the staff thinks of him, and I'm hoping he just gets even more run than he's even been getting because he makes plays.
Yeah, absolutely. I think his stat line right now, just on the juicy stuff, is 2.5 sacks, 1.5 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, and a safety. You can't ask for anything more over the first 2 weeks. I mean, that is decorative. But yeah, I got to talk to Buford at the tailgate before the game. He was excited, obviously, not wanting to get too ahead of himself on it. But man, just keep on stacking like this, and again, it's going to get a lot different in SEC play. But you got to build that confidence, put those good reps out there, and yeah, sky's the limit. I do want to point out Stephen G's comment, of course. 9/11 anniversary today.
Yes.
JP, where were you 9/11?
Yeah.
Younger than me.
Yeah, I was in kindergarten. I was in class. I remember my mom pulled me out, and I had no idea what was happening. And I remember seeing some images, but certainly the older I got, the more I kind of understand the reality of that day, and continue to obviously remember, hey, there's a lot of people lost their life that day, and we definitely don't ever want to forget that and remember those, firefighters, first responders that went in, and a lot of them died, and a lot of them are still fighting in a lot of different ways from things that happened during 9/11. Getting cancer, some different things, and even fighting for some basic, you would hope, rights. In the past couple of years, and so, anyways, all that to say, certainly want to make sure we honor and remember those who are fallen.
Yeah, for sure. And just kind of going back to that year and whatnot, like the just general unity, and you don't want there to be just a common foreign opponent that everybody can really come together about. But man, on September 12th was about the most united I've ever seen in this country. So with the debate last night and everybody just so much vitriol on social media and everything like that, hopefully it's a solid reminder that life can be pretty good when we're not nearly as divided politically. But don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Omar's Jams says horns down. And Jimmy Satterfield says all day, every day. So that horns down. Hey, that's the name of my favorite drink.
It is. It is indeed, Trav. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, and we'll get into right after.
My favorite drink right there. We might as well just pop the top on this thing.
Yeah.
Pour a little bit over the ice that I just happen to have next to me, just in case. Right there.
Oh, look, this might be our first comment from X. Here we go. Little Larry Sackett.
Larry, what's up, dog?
What's up, boy?
Larry keeps me honest. Cheers, everybody. Now, Horns Down Fine Spirits. They are an awesome company led by a guy named Dink Toller. He's an old berm bum from the 90s, and 10% of sales of Horns Down Fine Spirits goes directly towards OU baseball NIL. And I am going to tell you where it is. So, in Oklahoma City right now, Byron's Liquor Store has Horns Down Fine Spirits. In Duncan, Mini Mall Liquor has it. In Norman, you've got Cellar Wine and Spirits, Liquor Market, Sooners West Liquor, Spirit Shop, and University Liquor. As of yesterday, all those stores received a delivery. So go get yours. I went and hooked up a guy that bought a case with a signed SEC baseball by Skip Johnson, with some glassware, a really cool limited edition bottle from OU baseball. So want to keep doing giveaways like that. Go out, get your Horns Down Fine Spirits. It is all apple. It is sweet. There's no cinnamon or anything. There's no fireball nonsense going on in here. But cheers.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all go and get some, support OU baseball NIL. And, from what I've heard from a lot of different people, not just Trav, it's pretty tasty. So make sure y'all get the opportunity and bring it to some tailgates. All right. Let's go ahead, Trav, and get into our week 2 review. Houston versus OU, powered by @SoonerGridiron, our boy on Twitter. Remember, he gets you guys kind of situated if you're gonna have to miss portions of the game. He clips highlights, within minutes, and tweets them out there so that you may be able to catch it immediately, right? Instead of having to search for it. And so he's a great follow. Obviously supports our show. We're partnering with him, supports Trav and I. loves what we do, and we love what he does. So make sure you guys go and give him a follow. And he's got some clips up for us. We got some that we personally asked for. We got one that kind of one of you guys asked for, and then we have a few that even Mr. Sooner Gridiron himself, some are his favorites. But before we do that, let's just all take a big breath. Okay. The reason Travis and I chose Wednesdays was because we felt like, and Trav, you can back me up on this, we always felt like it was far enough in front of the game that people would calm down, and it was close enough to the other game that we'd be looking ahead. That has not been the case this week. People are still tripping on a Wednesday, Travis.
They're so upset.
On a Wednesday.
Somebody on the text line on radio today was like, we were saying something about the record, and he's like, find me 2 more wins. I'm like, 2? Oh, my God. We got everybody getting fired. Everybody, like, it's crazy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we play this year.
I mean, honestly, it seems like it's gotten to that point.
What did he say? We need to throw this season and focus on 2025. I think that the throw was the word I was looking for. I'm like, bro, what? Throw this? We're 2-0.
It's insane.
Florida State fans aren't even saying this, and they're 0-2.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's really truly insane. And the last thing I'll say, and then we'll get into some actual, some film, right? It's just like I think where I lost it, Trav, is I was trying to hear people out. Where I lost it is when people said they were upset at what Brent Venables' response to Barry Trammell's question was during his presser. And I'm like, well, I don't want to hear the excuses. I don't want to hear. I'm like, what do you mean? That like your wide receiver 2, 3, 4, and 5 haven't are out or haven't played. Period. Like you had all summer, you're getting reps with the same people, and then all of a sudden, all of them are out or dealing with injuries all at once. And then your offensive line, you're on your 3rd string center, who I don't even know if he's gonna play. 4th string center, excuse me. I don't even know if he's gonna play the rest of the season after what he pulled.
I think my annoyance, he will, out of necessity, unfortunately. But it's kind of funny because they're like, where's this competitive depth we've been hearing about? I'm like, bro,
it's gone.
Nobody has a 4th string center that they feel good about. Not a one.
No.
Like, not a one. So, anyways, Larry Sackett bringing the positivity. My man, appreciate you. I don't get it. Like, this fan base needs it cleansing. And Kremer or C. Remmer brings up a good point. Nick 6 will help a lot.
Hopefully he's healthy. I mean,
he scored 10 touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
Let me put you on the spot. When was the last time before last year a Sooner wide receiver had double-digit touchdowns?
It has to be.
He did it as a freshman.
It had to be either CD or DD.
CD 2019. Pre-COVID, we're talking. And this dude did it as a redshirt freshman. So he will help tremendously. He will help Deion Burks tremendously, pull some pressure off. I really do think. I think if Branson Hickman's probably my most, I don't know, if like highest on the wish list to come back, because then you can do more things at guard. Because keep in mind, and take you on a little walk down memory lane. So Troy Everett was starting last year at left guard out of necessity. He's a true center, freshman All-American center before he came over here from Appalachian State. So at left guard, he was playing. We had Rame at center, and we had Walter Rouse at left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Against Texas, we needed a bigger body. So who did we put in? Caden Green. Caden Green started the last 4 games of the year. The reason Caden Green got to play as a true freshman is because he had experience on each side. Bill Bedenbaugh will play inexperienced players. He will not play them next to each other. So when you have Josh Bates, inexperienced redshirt freshman, making his first start, you have to move in Jacob Sexton in from left tackle to left guard. So now you've got left guard experience in Sexton, right guard experience in Fabechi Wiwu, and then you've got right tackle Michael Tarquin once Jake Taylor goes out, and left tackle Logan Howland, redshirt freshman. So you had redshirt freshman and redshirt freshman playing left tackle and center, possibly the two most important places on the offensive line. So I think if Hickman comes back, I think it opens up that left guard possibility. You want to throw Troy Everett in there because he's played a ton of football? Absolutely. You need a bigger body and you want EPL or Heath Ozida to be in there to move some people around? You can do it because you got Jake Sexton back at left tackle and you've got Branson Hickman in the middle. You can put an inexperienced left guard in there, or if you want the experience, you go with Troy Everett. So Hickman just opens up so many possibilities for the offensive line. But man, Nick Anderson, dude's a walking touchdown, man. Yeah. And he gives you something physically that you don't really have right now. So, Zion Reagans comes in, he's short. Yeah. Brennan Thompson comes in, he's short. They're both burners. But if you have Burks, Zion Reagans, and Brennan Thompson in, you've got one specific route tree that you can pretty much run. They're all small burners.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Like, Travis and I would both readily tell you, was the offense good enough Saturday? No, we both know that. Like, we're not sitting up here. We get called sunshine, and we historically have been called sunshine bumpers because we're freaking rational. Because we don't just jump the gun. Like, there's so many people out here, oh, Jackson's done. He's this is all he's ever gonna be. Like you said, we're going 3-9, we're going 4-8. And I'm like, hold on. Like, yes, like Saturday was bad, but it's not as black and white as it always seems. Even if you watch the tape, go watch. I linked it. I know Eddie tweeted it out. Radosevich tweeted it out today. Go watch Aaron Murray's breakdown of Jackson Arnold and make yourself feel better. Because some of y'all are acting like he can't even throw the football down the field, like he was Davis Bevel. Like, and it's just ridiculous. There was just some inconsistencies that happened all around, not just with him, and he didn't miss some throws, don't get me wrong, but all around that made the offense what it was. And if that continues like for weeks, then yeah, okay, maybe you need to look and reevaluate some things. But again, it's like this revisionist history started to happen that, well, the Temple game was just as bad. Then Arizona game was just as bad. And I'm like, are we watching the same game? Like, he had 4 touchdowns against Temple. Against Arizona, like, the first half was bad, but after that, he was really freaking good, actually. And had Jalil Farouk not popped that last interception, that really wasn't an interception, if that hadn't happened, then we win the game. And there's nobody talking about it. So I'm just confused why we go down this doomer ruminating hole. And we can continue to talk about it, but
we're just spoiled. We're not ready to be a defensive-led football team yet. And I think that you can be a defensive-led football team while also admitting the offense has been trash the last couple of weeks. Like, we need to figure it out.
Yeah, no.
But I think it's obvious what's wrong with the offense. You have no continuity. You have no consistency. You have nothing. You can't use your whole playbook because you don't have all your pieces. You just can't do those. But I don't know. I think get them healthy. They'll be fine. The good thing is, the good news about all this is that we've got a defense that you can just lean on.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, Grayson, Danny, Billy, Rob, like all these people, like Kip, Sammy Omasigo looked like a monster last week. Like, hey, y'all hold the fort down while we get healthy. Hold the fort down while we get healthy. So, I don't know. I think we just need to go out there, beat the crap out of them this week, exercise some demons. Much like Tulsa last year. Remember? Granted, Tulane's a heck of a lot better than Tulsa was last year, but they came out firing, dropping bombs. You know what I mean? So, Dominic Williams, like that's the thing. It's take deep shots, have some fun out there and put a little bit of life back into the fan base. But then again, you go out and you ball out of control. What are they going to say? Where was this week 1 and week 2?
Yeah. Absolutely. And then the last thing I'll say before we get into this video review, guys, is just like, like Trav said, we have like to say we have no competitive depth in year 3 of Brent Venables concerning like you're talking about the offense and losing as much as they have, but like don't act like that's the whole team. We've seen competitive depth on the defensive side. Don't lie. Like let's be for real. That's why it's something we can lean on. But Trav, let's start here with a positive play from Jackson Arnold. If you guys remember this is that deep over route that he hit kind of week 1 with Jalil Farouk. It's the same concept, right? And it's Brennan Thompson, and he hits him in stride. And so when you're talking about Jackson Arnold, you're talking about the potential. Like a lot of people freaking out, acting like this is just not something he can continuously do. I think it is. I think when he gets time, when he feels comfortable, this is what we see from Jackson Arnold, consistently. I think you're muted, Trav.
Oh yeah, dog was howling a little bit, so I muted. But in stride, look at this. Climbs the pocket. Look at the protection. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, pretty much the same route that Jalil Farouk ran.
Yep.
Look at this. Tight end stays in, doubles. Love it. Love it. And that's what they were doing all game. They were playing like man press. And they were just like, hey, we count on our guys to get to your quarterback quicker than y'all can get open. Pulling back a tight end to block right there is nice. Needed the double team. You hit on a couple of those, and it'll ease them up a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
See, he can do that regularly.
Yeah. He just real comfortable. It's like any young quarterback. And when your run game's not going, you're not being protected, it throws you off a little bit. And let's go to another piece of that protection. This is one that Trav, you specifically are questioned. And we're wondering why don't we see Taylor Tatum more? Because of, obviously his clear running ability. A lot of people believe he's our best just pure running back right now running the football. But this is a little bit of why, because you have to be able to trust him being in there, being able to protect. And so this is a busted pass coverage here. Everybody's probably looking at the play going, what the heck? Our offense looks crazy. I mean, if Tatum actually pulls out the read option, then, there's an option for Jackson to just keep it or, again, hand it off. But he forgets.
Yeah, I just absolutely whiffed there. You got to be ready to hit dudes. DeMarco Murray was an incredible pass protector, and you've just got to go hit somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, allow a completely free runner. Man, it's just tough to watch. I'm sorry, Jackson, that we're putting on video you going down over and over and over, but you just can't allow that. You got to stay in, help protect, and that could have been, something that we're not seeing pre-snap. He says, hey, go out on a route, whatever. But if you're back there, man, you got to stick in that linebacker at a free run at your quarterback, and you're standing there. I don't think he touched anybody the entire time.
Yep.
Didn't touch a body, and he's looking back like, oh, what happened? So, Again, true freshman. He got here in the summer. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen, and he's going to get better. Javonte Barnes is out there hitting dudes in pass pro, and that's why he's getting a lot of
carries. That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Yeah, it can get fixed. None of the things that have happened are unfixable. It's just how quickly can we do it, and can we be consistent. Now let's go to the defensive side of the ball. And Trav, you tweeted out just a little bit ago. Your boy from the 918 is the highest ranked or graded PFF safety in America right now, and that's Robert Smith.
I will say a lot of people wanted him to be replaced by Peyton Bowen.
Yeah.
Check the tape, bros. My boy RSJ. They don't play the same position, so stop saying that. But this was about as big of a turnover as we've had this season, right?
Yeah.
Last week wasn't under much duress, but getting this turnover, breath of fresh air throughout the stadium. Look at those faces. Look at her. She's so excited. So
Yeah.
Look, Anderson coming off, giving him a shove. Yeah, everybody's feeling it. Love it. I mean, everybody. Like, this is beautiful.
Look where he comes from, too. Look at him reading the eyes.
Everybody thinks Robert Spears Jennings is just a hitter, and don't get it twisted. He will rock you. But, I mean, he played wide receiver in high school. A lot of people forget. He played both ways. Actually, broken arrow, and actually before that, before he moved to Oklahoma when he was living in Mansfield, he played wide receiver. Jeff Lebby was recruiting him as a wide receiver before he got to Oklahoma. Like when he was still at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So he was recruiting him as wide receiver to Ole Miss out of Mansfield, Texas. He moves to Broken Arrow. Jeff Lebby comes to Oklahoma. But Robert Spears Jennings keeps on getting bigger and bigger. He's in the weight room. Everybody's like, golly, that's a big receiver. Well, he starts playing corner for Broken Arrow. He starts playing both ways. And I asked him, because I would go to a lot of the games, right? Him and Jaden Rowe teed off against each other a couple times. I said, hey, man, Oklahoma's recruiting you as a safety. Why does Broken Arrow have you playing as a wide receiver when you guys are getting torched on the back end? He's like, I don't know. Well, then like a week later, he's like, I'm playing both ways. I'm like, let's get it. So anyways, Robert, he's playing himself up draft boards right now. When you're the highest graded safety on a roster that already has an NFL safety next to you in the secondary, this is how you start kind of building that reputation of, hey, it's a Brent Venables defense, man. He got dudes all over that defense, and he's only helping that case. Guys like Grayson Halton help that case, right? Yeah. Guys that aren't on preseason lists but end up early in the season showing out, right? SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week, PFF, best safety in the country through 2 weeks. Like, that's the kind of stuff that elevates the entire defense, because the guys that aren't getting any publicity, now they all of a sudden are joining the guys on the preseason lists.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I want to answer this really quick. In my opinion, I don't think it's discouraging, because I think that Houston had a specific game plan. They didn't have a lot of large drop back passes. He was getting the ball, or long, drop back passes. He was getting the ball out of his hands pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. And even then, Houston still here's the thing. I know nobody's going to want to hear this. Houston also played better than they did against UNLV last week.
Significantly better.
They played better. Like, I don't know if that's
UNLV's good.
What?
UNLV's also very good.
Yes, UNLV's also very good. Do I think that they should be better than that? No, I don't. But again, things change week to week. People can perform better, right? Like, the offensive line looked terrible against UNLV. They actually passed some people off pretty good this week. Like, it's just the nature of football, right? Their offensive line got a little better. Doesn't mean our defensive line is not good or didn't do what they're supposed to do. Again, we gave up 12 points. Really, if potentially if we get a call in that doesn't on the coaches, that maybe doesn't even happen. And so I'm not really disappointed in our defensive line. I think they've been pretty good through these first 2 weeks, specifically this guy. So yeah. I hear that, but again, I think that again, when they game plan, they're huddling, they're doing things slow, so we got to get calls in differently. There's a lot of factors to the game.
Well, and also you bring up defensive line in general. In week one, we allowed from Temple 1.9 yards rushing per attempt. Against Houston, we allowed 1.7 yards per attempt. So when you say the defensive line didn't get to the quarterback, absolutely. But that's by design. They could not run the ball on us. 1.7 yards per carry. You do that, you're going to be in real good shape. Real good shape. So with that, defense is going to be fine. Offense will take a little bit longer to be fine. But again, I was inspired by Sammy Omosigo's play.
Oh, he played really freaking good. Another guy who's been playing really well is Lewis Carter. This was one of Sooner Gridiron's favorite plays from this week. Was just this absolute molly-whopping that Lewis Carter gave this kid, on special teams. And obviously Luke Elzinga was as Brent Venables stated in the pressure, like potentially player of the game is rough when you're punished player of the game. But hey, he did their job. But this is just a great hit here, and he's somebody that again, this is a guy that's what fourth, fifth string in the linebacker rotation.
Yeah, he's on the two deep, so it's tough to say. What I like about it is you notice who's down there like all the time. Look, Jaron Canning, obviously Jacoby Johnson's going to beat everybody down there every time, but like Lewis Carter on our special teams touchdown last week or the week before, technically, Lewis Carter hit the dude. Cannick picked it up, walked it in the end zone. Like, you have two dudes in Jaron Cannick and Lewis Carter who would play linebacker at 100 schools. Like, they would be your starting linebacker.
Yeah.
We got these two dudes running full speed down at punt returners. Like, we're not throwing just some walk-ons out there to go try and, ruffle some feathers. Like, we're throwing dudes that would start at 100 schools. And they're flying down on kickoffs. And I guarantee when you go back to the sideline, the first person congratulated was Danny Stutzman. Because that room is so loaded, but they're so tight. So tight.
100%. Let's go to one of the first, well, not the first, but the second touchdown of the day, and one that I think, again, I know people want to get on Seth right now because it didn't always look clunky to them, and there's reasons for that, right? I mean, he'll take the responsibility, but when you have guys that are trying to figure out, what they're supposed to do out there, you have young wide receivers, you have offensive line that haven't played together, there's continuity issues, and that, you can say all day, oh, we practice it, but it doesn't always flush out. There's not in-game experience. And if you coached, you know that. But this was a really good play call, and it's something that, we really haven't seen too much of the last 2 years. You talked about, tight end play. And, even heck, we had a few, 3 tight end sets that we saw. And that I think speaks to Seth's creativity and what he's willing, to do. And that he's willing to get creative and do different things. And maybe we haven't seen everything yet. I hope, there hopefully will be some opening up. But again, you have to remember the opening up of the playbook directly correlates to the players that you have that know what they're doing.
I'll tell you what a beautifully designed play. I remember, I think I tweeted it out about having 3 tight ends in the game. I was losing my mind. I was like, I don't think we did that one time last year, but what a great play call. Good for Jake Roberts, local kid, finally made it back home from Washington, Oklahoma. Just good for him, man. A captain of the game. A lot of people are really upset about weekly captains. I don't know if they're just mad at everything, and that's just one of the things, but really upset about it. I know it means a lot to Jake to be a captain, score a touchdown, his first touchdown as a Sooner, again, from the area, right down the road in Washington. Awesome stuff. But, yeah, again, it's a great play call.
Yeah.
And you see what Seth wants to try and do, put the big bodies out there, a couple different looks. And who's the first guy to celebrate him? Another tight end, Bauer Sharp. So, says the stream died.
Huh. It's interesting. Let's we'll check on that, guys. I don't know if it's saying that it died from.
I got a text said y'all in YouTube jail.
YouTube jail, huh?
He said showing the plays maybe a copyright strike.
Well, they didn't tell me that last week. We've done it before, and they've never said it's an issue in terms of copyright. It's been an issue in terms of monetization and pieces. But I know we're still probably at least live on Twitter. So if you are on Twitter or if you're on YouTube, then make sure you go ahead and head to Twitter to stay with us. If any of our Twitter people are out there, will you confirm that we are still on Twitter?
Yeah.
We are? We're still going?
We're still on Twitter.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know what that's about. We'll look at it and
quick, kind of take the video down.
Readjust. But Yeah, no, that's interesting, Trav. I've never, we've done this a few times, and there's every time I get something that say, hey, you may not be able to put ads in this video, but nothing that, hey, you're getting copyright striked or anything like that. But
Yeah,
um,
go ahead and hit the super chat now to bring
yeah,
us back now that we've
help
been
us out.
kicked off.
Help us out. Yeah.
Kelsey's not here to lead the charge.
We're gonna keep on rolling here, though. We're still on
Yeah,
X. We still got quite a few people locked in with us on there, and so
yeah,
we'll
2.2 thousand on X right now. So
yeah. So we'll figure out the YouTube thing, but we'll keep it rolling. Um, I wanted to also, Trav, point out obviously our guy, G Baby Grayson Halton, making
yep,
probably what
yep,
was the
yep.
play of the game. Um, which is, I mean, did you think this was safety? Did you think this was a safety?
No, it's not really my job, my position to make that call. The official said it was, so as far as I'm concerned, it was. Who am I? Who am I to doubt the officials?
Are we back on YouTube?
I don't know. Tell us in the comments. We back?
YouTube, are we back? Are we back? Are we here again?
We'll see. Y'all better cut it out. Y'all just got suspended.
Is that are we? Can we confirm? Can we have our YouTube buddies confirm we're back? Okay. So why did the stream die?
Right before Texas.
I don't know why it died, y'all. Because I'm telling you right now, we've done this. Not only have we done it the last 2 weeks, we did this last year, the last 2 to 3 weeks of last year before even getting partnered with Sooner Gridiron. I clipped up a couple, and it was never ever an issue of you can't actually use this fair use. It was, hey, because of this, you may not be able to monetize in terms of ad space, but that's it.
You know
So
who I think did it? Texas. They were upset about the horns down. They threw the flag. Sam Ellinger called, or Rodney Terry called, and said, "Oh, we're gone again." And
gone
said,
again.
"I did.
Yeah,
I lifted up the horns down bottle, and it took us down."
Let me. Yeah. Okay. We again. Hey, you probably should have said this. If y'all are on YouTube, I don't even know if y'all can hear us, but go to Twitter. Or X. Excuse me. We're good on there.
Yeah, we're at 2,400 people on
Right.
it.
So I'm
That's
not
so
really
funny.
tripping about it. Are we down on X now too, Jason? Or are you saying we down on YouTube?
No, down on YouTube. I got it. I got it
You
pulled
got
up.
it. You got it rolling. Okay. All right. Let's hit this Josh Bates play, and then we'll just move on to Tulane review, and hopefully they'll put us back up again. I don't know. I don't know. We'll
They may show another
watch.
video. They might kick us off of X, but we'll see.
They're not gonna kick us off of X.
Yeah,
All
I'll call
right.
Elon and say, "Yo, Elon, protect us."
So this is quite possibly. I was screaming at my TV. I could not believe the time that it was. I just could not believe it happened, Travis.
Well, and the problem is, if you go back, you'll see that Jackson doesn't kneel right away. So the defender comes off the edge, and the defender had been great all night, number 5. He comes off the edge, and he's like, "Well, the quarterback's not down. I'm going to go hit him." So, anyways, you see, watch. They'll go once it rewinds. You see right there, Jake Roberts is telling him to get his helmet back on.
Yeah.
But the actual play, you'll see that Jackson doesn't kneel. So therein lies the problem that he gets hit. Well, I bet Josh Bates thought he was kneeling right away, but there's only 10 seconds between game clock with the play clock and the game clock. So he wanted to drain. If he could drain 3 or 4 more seconds, then Elzinga could punt a high one and they could be done. But Kirby. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. But so honestly, I think there was a bit of miscommunication. Now, look at this. So Jackson stands here and waits. Like, Jackson, go down. Just go down. So, Yeah, in no way, shape, or form should he have pulled his helmet off. No doubt about it. But the play doesn't even happen if Jackson just knees the ball.
Yeah. Do you think he was? You don't think he was taught to do that, do you?
I think somebody probably said, "Hey, if there's the opportunity to burn 2 or 3 seconds, do it." But that's got to be communicated to Javonte Barnes, who let the guy just roll right by him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you've got to communicate to everybody what you're planning to do.
Yeah.
Is what it is. So, yeah, dumb stuff. But he's going to play. He's going to play. Probably out of necessity. But
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
I love how I put up the horns down bottle and they took us down again. I swear. YouTube, Sam Ellinger is the, because he's not in the league anymore, right? Didn't he retire? Oh, Colt did. No, Sam. Is Sam playing?
Is who playing?
Sam Ellinger.
Oh no, I mean he third string, chilling. He big chilling.
But he's still in the league technically.
Yeah. I mean he's our third string quarterback. He's behind Joe Flacco.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jimmy! Come on, man.
Too much? No sunshine pumping. Just rationality. Rationality.
Being realistic.
You like my Ken Griffey Jr. sitting on the pocket there. Speaking of big chilling, sitting on the fence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean we're still 2,600 people strong on X. So
yeah. We will figure out the YouTube thing. I will look into it tomorrow and see what the issue is. If I need to clip it up differently. I mean, last week, again, there's been no issues. We've used ESPN broadcast 3 times. Maybe it's because there was SEC Network. Maybe they're tripping.
See the SEC tripping.
About it. If that's what it is, then we'll figure it out. And hopefully, we won't have the issue again because this has never happened to us. So, but we're on X now. And again, we got 2,500 people coming in from there. So, heck, if we got to move it straight to X, that's what we'll do until YouTube stops it.
Yep, exactly. All right. What's the next move?
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about obviously Tulane Week 3 preview. And are you feeling hungry right now?
I am a little peckish, as they say.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about some righteous felon. And while we do that, I'm gonna try to see what I can figure out about YouTube.
All right. We've got righteous felon beef jerky. The horns are up. YouTube, so don't get mad at us. So we've got righteous felon beef jerky. This is the bootlegging barbecue. So this is an old smuggler thing with a sweet, spicy twang. So I'm going to open up this bag. It's my favorite beef jerky, not just because they send me some. It was my favorite jerky. I tweeted about it. They're like, hey, let's, help each other here. So great stuff, gluten-free, all natural, 20 grams of protein in here, only 150 calories. And it's really good stuff. It's not, as I say every week, it's not like you get a lot of sugary, like almost syrupy stuff.
We're back.
That is in, it was me putting the horns up on the bag. I swear, man, these Texas people, man, they're sensitive. The Texas people are way too sensitive. Crazy. So good stuff right here. So like I said, not tons of sugar, just tender, flavorful right there. Delicious stuff. Yeah, I was getting a little hungry. So use code Travis at checkout at Righteous Felon. Travis at righteousfelon.com. 15% off. Just had somebody order yesterday. They're like, hey, send me a message. They're like, hey, I ran out. I need some more football season. I'm going to be tailgating this weekend. I'm like, great, let's do it. So this is the way to go. Again, this is the bootlegging barbecue. This is fantastic. This is probably, it's tough because they have biltong and they have turkey jerky as well. They're foul capone. The Darth garlic, That's probably my favorite. It's the biltong. They've got the Rocky Balboa or the Teriyaki Balboa. The Maryland Monroe that I had last week was very good. Anyways, it's good stuff. The Soul Survivor is probably still my favorite, but check it out. Kirby's just a hating on Seth Luttrell, man.
He is, and him and Jimmy think that we're pumping sunshine. Listen, at the end of the day, regardless of you feel like you're pumping sunshine, you're a doomer. Nothing either of us say is going to change anything. It's going to be the same. We have to believe that it'll get better.
We're also we're natural optimists.
Yeah, that's where we sit. We just believe it's going to get better, and that it can, and it can. It may not, but we believe that it can.
Better, or it's going to be a long season.
And there are explanations for why we're seeing some of what we're seeing. If we're full throttle, then okay. Like if we're full throttle and we have these issues, then I'm like, hey, listen. Oh, okay, Kirby. See. But anyways, let's actually get into, because I know we got about 15, 20 minutes left. Let's get into some week 3 Tulane preview. What we want to see. We'll get a score prediction, and then we'll pump it out with this or that, and then we'll be out of here. So week 3 preview, Tulane, chat, X, YouTube, since we're back now. I don't know why y'all put us in jail. Guys looking like Tyree Hill out here. If you can, please let us know what you guys are feeling about this weekend. I don't want throw Houston out the window as much as you can. Like, what are you hoping to see from the Sooners? Obviously, offense. What are you hoping to see from the defense? And, how are we feeling? Trav, what do you think?
So they've got a good redshirt freshman quarterback. Very mobile. Keeps his eyes downfield. His name is Darian Mensah. Mensah. Talented kid, but he's loose with the football. And like his coach talked about it even in the presser. They were yelling at him in practice yesterday to tuck the ball.
Yeah.
They've talked about how he tries to extend plays a little bit too much. They said they're communicating to him that they need to know when the journey is over. When the show's over, it's better to just take a sack or throw it away. They got an intentional grounding, an interception, and a scoop and score 50-yard touchdown fumble return, all because he was just being loose with the football. So the good news is Oklahoma turns people over a lot. 8 turnovers this year through 2 games, and you've got a quarterback that tends to turn the ball over. So I think there's going to be opportunities there. I think their defense, like Kansas State was moving the ball. So, I mean, I don't think Avery Johnson has looked like a world beater this year. But I don't necessarily think that Kansas State is maybe as good as a lot of people thought they were in the preseason. I could be wrong there, but I think a lot of people had them the shoe in for the Big 12 championship game. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Utah, Arizona, these schools, who knows? But I think OU gets back on track. You can get this defense, and I think OU causes a few turnovers. But Sean Norman, Bill Bedenbaugh obviously knew the talent on O-line wasn't going to be SEC worthy. The thing I don't understand is why OU whiffed on several linemen in the portal and then all of a sudden opened up the wall on defensive linemen at TCU. Say the O-line is unacceptable and don't give any injury BS. There are a couple of talented freshmen. The recruiting is bright. But first of all, Sean, don't give any injury BS is me smacking you in the mouth and then don't give me any smacking you in the mouth BS as an answer why you're bleeding. Because it's just dumb to say, well, don't explain to using injuries when you're on your 4th string center and when you have one starting lineman in the right spot. Fabechi Wiwu is the only starting lineman that's playing in the correct spot. Sexton's starting, but he's playing left guard. He's supposed to be left tackle. Tarquin's not a starter. That's Jake Taylor's job. You've got left guard, who should be Garen Hatchett. Well, he's out for the season. You've got Branson Hickman, who's the starting center. He's out. You got Troy Everett, who's the second string center. He's out. You got Garen Hatchett, who would be the third string center. He's out. So you got Josh Bates in there. Then you say, well, play some talented freshmen. You don't play inexperienced next to each other on the offensive line. I don't know. The only reason Caden played last year is because he was in between Andrew Rain, who had played a ton of football, and Walter Rouse, who plays for the Vikings right now. That's the reason that he played. So the idea that you can say the state of the O-line is unacceptable and don't give me any injury BS, that'd be like me going outside and be like, why is my car wet? And do not tell me any of that rain BS.
I mean, if he's trying to say that, like, we should have recruited better, or, obviously, hey, like, we feel like you missed it in the portal. And there could have been some, hey, recruiting missteps, whatever, in the portal, if that's what you want to say. It happens to everybody. One, we also got Branson Hickman, who was actually a pretty big pickup, but he
the best center in the portal, and he's hurt.
Yeah,
he's a great left guard in the portal. He's hurt.
Yeah. So I
don't get it, man. Like, here's the thing. Like, we got 5 offensive linemen in the portal. We got a swing tackle in Tarquin, who's playing. We've got Fabechi, who's playing, who's been good. You've got Garen Hatchett, Branson Hickman, and then Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown has not lived up to the billing. But you brought in 5 transfers. Was Sean Norman going to be in charge of transfer portal at OU and bring in 10? We have 16 offensive linemen. A third of them are injured. That's dumb. Branson Hickman is absolutely SEC worthy. We beat out SEC schools for other dudes. Like Garen Hatchett started on a Joe Moore Award line last year. Like, not the entire season, but he started for a portion of it. So I don't know where you're getting this. Oh, they're not SEC worthy. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. You wouldn't know SEC worthy if it smacked you in the face. And that's the thing. We went and got 5 guys that Bill Beatonbow wanted. If that guy thinks they're SEC worthy, he whiffed on Spencer Brown. 80% completion percentage, pretty good if you're recruiting. So, that's a good point from Stephen G. Tarquin was a freshman all SEC player. Tarquin must be SEC good. He played in the SEC before USC had him playing all over the place. Like, I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it.
Trav,
all hurt. You don't tell me that injuries are an excuse.
Yeah, no. Injuries are an issue for anybody.
Bro, my drink's cold. Don't give me any of that. It's because of the ice BS.
Ooh, Sean, you pissed Travis off, dog.
You just can't look at a room that's a third of it's missing because of injury and then not say that injuries, like, you then just be like, you can't use injuries. Go ahead and tell me why you can't use injuries. Like,
yeah,
I know I'm coming across like an a-hole right now. I'm sorry, Sean. I've just been hearing it all week, and I just think it's just not fair.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to a score. We talked a little bit about Tulane. Let's get to a score prediction. I'll say this: for OU to win this game, the offense absolutely has to be better. For those of you who think we're out here sunshine pumping, saying, "No, it was fine last." No, it wasn't. It candidly was not. We all know that they didn't score in the second half. It's unacceptable. Okay. From that, can this offense still produce? I absolutely believe so. Jimmy is over here, and I love you, Jimmy, but you're over here saying I don't think that they're going to be able to even kick 3 field goals. It's not that bad. It is not that bad. That's insane. Like, it's insane to say you felt like from the things you saw, you can't see us even getting remotely better. There were good flashes. Go watch the Aaron Murray video. There were. It just was not consistent. If we could hit on some consistency even more, and some of it honestly was bad luck. If we can do that, then we'll be able to. We may not score 50 points a game. That's okay. Like, can we score 35? Can we be that type of offense with the defense we have? That's what I think we're looking at. But to say that we're a Florida State or a Texas A&M, what Connor Weigman looked like, that's not true. That's just candidly not true. So with that being said, what's everybody's score prediction?
Whew. Got a 31-13. Okay, keep in mind, 13.5-point spread right now. So Les thinks we cover. Kirby Hayden.
12-10.
24-20, not a cover. 24-13, barely a cover. PSS going to be sweating the cover. Let's see. 31-13, want to win any fashion.
I don't know that I see that. I don't know that I see throwing for 300 yards.
Hey, why not? Bring it.
Hey.
Arnold throws for 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. I'm going to have a drink in Mr. John's honor next week. I
got some bookmarks from people if he throws 300 yards next week.
There you go. There's no reason he can't. 27-12, 44-24. Larry Sackett's got a 4-point win. Dante's got us scoring 43 points. An offensive explosion from the Sooners. I like it. Dante's staying aggressive. 35-42. I'm not even almost – like it's hard to even look at the defense, like the opponent score, because I'm like, it's not going to be very much. Although, JP, give me your score prediction.
What did you say?
Well, I'm going to let you go, and then I'll go. I already told you, but I'm not, this is more of a formal presentation.
I'm going to go 28-14. Oh, you
barely a cover. Okay. I am going for 34-17. Now, I think there might be a DST touchdown in there. Sure. Or even like a touchdown set up by defense special teams. Maybe there's an interception in plus territory. Maybe there's a big return. Maybe there's a muff punt, something like that. Like I think there's going to be like not the full amount of score, like full scoring drives like that. But I do think Nick Anderson's back. I think there might be a chance Andrell Anthony's back. I think you get Bates starting at center again. I actually think Logan Howland did a nice job at left tackle, redshirt freshman. I think there's a chance you see 4 freshmen play on the offensive line. I think you see redshirt freshman Logan Howland, redshirt freshman Josh Bates, two redshirt freshmen starting. And I think it's possible you see Heath Zida and EPL out there. So, which is crazy, right? Everybody's like, well, Bill doesn't play freshmen. He might play 4 in one game. So, I think 34-17.
Okay, I like that.
I do respect their offense. But honestly, the 34 points, that's keeping the defense off the field. So maybe if it's a 34-17 thing, yeah. Kirby just with rough week last week.
It was.
I didn't predict a cover last week.
Is Hickman going to start with a high ankle sprain?
He's maybe starting. He's close, right?
Okay.
So I will probably learn a lot more tomorrow, but we're not on Thursday, so I guess I'll talk to you guys on Saturday.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think OU scores in the 30s, and I think Tulane scores in the teens. Outside of that, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
let's just hope for just everybody's sake the offense can find some way to score, to maintain drives, to score 30 or more points. If we see that or close to 30 points, I think a lot of people feel better going into Tennessee. If it's another, 21 points or less game, it's going to be hell going into Tennessee, because Tennessee's probably going to most likely be a top 5 team coming to Norman.
Tennessee's good.
Yeah.
Jimmy brought up my point on they're going to score 34 points with 4 freshmen on the OL. Not playing at the same time. I think you see Bates start. I think you see Howland start. And then I think at some point in the game, EPL, some point in the game, Heath Zida. That could be the last drive. I don't think they're going to line up like Fabechi with like Ozida at right tackle, Howland at left tackle, left guard being EPL, and then center being Bates. Like that's not going to happen. But yes, I think 4 will play, not at the same time though.
To be better on third downs, we got to be better on first and second. Candidly, I mean, our average distance on third down has been like 3rd and 8. So, and it's not really even. I saw a comment earlier said we've been east to west. We really haven't been east to west that much. It's just that when we try to get north and south, it's into the back of a lineman, or there's no holes, or again incomplete passes, tip balls, whatever. And so you end up in 3rd and longs. But I don't think it's for lack of trying to get north and south. I truly don't. There hasn't been a ton of perimeter stuff, honestly. Through the first 2 weeks. Okay. Got our score predictions in. It's time for this or that. You're on YouTube with us. You know what it is. If you are watching on X, 3,000 of you, whoever's in here, if you can comment, please do. We do a game called this or that. Basically, it's what it says. It's you pick this or you pick that. There's no in between. Don't give me none of that. You gotta listen. 58, 59 minutes of the show, we're not black and white. We in the middle. We try to be rational. Okay, and this is black or white. You got to choose one. You feel me? So I'm gonna give you a prompt. Okay, you choose it and you tell me why you chose it. Okay, no in betweens. Let's roll.
Hey, PSS. Thank you for the super chat.
Oh, thank you, PSS. Appreciate that for the super chat. O-line will be better. Not perfect, but better. Now y'all got to run. Thank you, PSS. We appreciate y'all.
If the O-line's 15% better, the offense is going to be 40% better. I truly believe that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, this is that.
Eric Stryker or Ogbo or Kawankwo? Which one you taking?
I'm going to let the chat fill out a little bit.
Good edge rushers that performed at the University of Oklahoma. One of them is still in the league. The other is probably coaching somewhere.
I'm probably going to go Stryker, simply because of him talking all kinds of crap at Tennessee, talking to their recruits, talking to all of them. Like everybody was freaking out about the Florida-Miami, how the Miami players were going to talking to Florida recruits. Stryker was that dude when it came to that. Like he was one that would take his helmet off, start yelling at recruits, fans, whatever. Like that Tennessee game is so just emblazed in my mind.
Yeah,
Sooner memories that I remember Stryker in that game just going nuts. So I'm going to go Stryker. Tough for me though. That's legitimately tough one, especially Ogbo is. He's played in the NFL. You know what I mean? Like it was tough. Like with Stryker at OU, he was that just weird kind of position where it was like, okay, he's not big enough to be on the line. I don't know why we got him down there, but he's just so fast off the edge that he just racked up sacks. He was just a terror to get to the backfield. So, Ogbo played a little bit differently, but wow. Okay. So we got a couple people on each side. Where are you at, JP?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go Eric Stryker. I think he caused more havoc. Ogbo was really good, don't get me wrong, but I just felt like Stryker was like a game wrecker all the time.
Didn't he take his helmet off after that strip sack at Bama and then put it back on?
Yeah.
Not get flagged?
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Robert really said I've had to talk my pops off the edge. Yeah, hey. We've been there. I've talked to a lot of people off the edge this week.
Bro, try and run Twitter space with all y'all crying in the replies saying, "Oh, you football, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" Yeah. Everybody was on the edge. The edge was getting real crowded. Now we 2-0.
Yeah, we're 2-0. Hoping to move to 3-0. All right, next one. Dak Prescott or Baker Mayfield?
Bro,
hey, but be honest though, because a lot of y'all are Cowboys fans.
Not a single person is going to say Dak. It's got to be Baker, man.
Some people might.
Baker. I mean, he's just better, even though, he's not getting paid like he's better. But Baker's the better quarterback right now. Dak is a choker. Yeah, you have to remember, Cowboys fans for the most part hate Dak now, so it's like I don't know.
You re-signed him. Jerry re-signed him though.
Yeah, they're stuck with Dak. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Did you at ever point in your career, or at any point during Baker's career, think he was going to end up at the Cowboys?
No, I didn't. I thought maybe the Texans at that one point, and
Yeah,
but and hey, listen, Baker balled out on Sunday. I mean,
a lot of people thought maybe the Colts too, right?
oh man, I wanted him here so bad.
Could you imagine?
Hear me though, I wanted him here. I'm okay with who we have because he's the youngest quarterback in the NFL. Listen to me, he's the youngest quarterback in the NFL. His traits are stupid. He still has room to grow. And if you if you saw that freaking throw on Sunday,
He's the biggest hit or miss dude in NFL history.
he
9
is.
completions for like 500 yards.
Hey, listen. I think he can. I think he can hone it in. I do. I think you can give him plays. He may not always be the most accurate quarterback. We don't need him to be. If he can use his legs, if we can get him in space, to do what he needs to do, or get out of the pocket and be able to hit people enough, and get obviously his accuracy needs to get better. I'm saying I'm not expecting him to be a freaking CJ Stroud. That's okay. You know what I mean? He went toe to toe with him, even with not his best game. So, I think there's still so much room for growth, and he's a freaking animal, bro.
Yep.
So
Kirby's giving me, making me sad. Talking about Baker would have cooked in Minnesota with KOC. He absolutely would have. He would have been a monster in Minnesota with Justin Jefferson and all those boys. It would have been so good. But you heard it here first, everybody. From the studio that brought you Apple Orchards over OU Texas, now comes Anthony Richardson over Baker Mayfield.
No, don't put that. Don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said. I said I would have loved Baker here, but I am okay with who we have. I never said I thought Baker was that he was better than Baker. I never said that. It never came out of my mouth.
Well, the check side really sounds like you'd rather have Anthony Richardson than your boy Baker.
He is 6 years younger than Baker. He's the most athletic quarterback in NFL history. Okay, there's a lot of potential there. Okay, I can see the payoff. With Baker, I certainly would have wanted to have him here. I definitely would have. But with the way Shane Steichen runs his offense, Anthony Richardson is going to be a better fit for what he does than Baker. I'm being real. I'm just being real.
Gonna start calling you Leonardo DiCaprio. Baker aged out. Once he hit 25, you didn't want him anymore.
Hey, I am the biggest Baker Mayfield fan you will find. I've been going to bat for Baker. I've been going to bat for Baker since day one. So don't put that on me. Baker Mayfield is better than Anthony Richardson. You heard me say it. I'm just saying, okay with who we have at quarterback right now. Would I prefer Baker? Sure, I'll say that. But I'm okay with who we have. Let's relax. Okay, let's move on to this last.
This is like 40% film, 30% preview, and like 30% bully JP in this or that.
Listen, it's fine. I love y'all, so it's all in good fun.
Cookies or brownies? All right, you go first. Well, let's let the chat talk about it a little bit. Cookies or brownies?
Classic dessert. Christian, am I lying? Am I lying? Go look at his pro day numbers, or excuse me, his NFL combine numbers, bro. He's 6'5", 240, runs a 4.4. Okay, cookies. Brownies. This
what kind of cookies are we talking about? Cookies can be kind of anything.
Chocolate chip cookies. For me, this actually was a submission by my wife. I asked her, hey, babe, give me a this or that suggestion. She said, hey, classic dessert, cookies or brownies. My wife makes some pretty dang good cookies. I'll tell you that right now. Like, honestly, she's a pretty good baker, man.
Yeah?
She makes me a Nutella cake every year for my birthday.
Nutella cake? You?
Fire. Oh, my gosh.
Must be her, I guess. What are the best cookies that she makes?
The best cookies that she makes these lemon blueberry white chocolate chip cookies.
Jeez.
Gas, man.
Those sound amazing. You got
They
my
are
address, right?
Next time you are here, or even next time we're in Oklahoma, we'll find a way for her to bake them, and we'll get them to you.
Bro, you can't ship cookies?
I mean, I guess we could. We could freeze them and ship them.
Why would you need to freeze them? You could just put them in a bag, right?
I mean, you could, but they could melt. You don't know where they go.
No, what does she make them out of? Ice?
No, I'm saying the chocolate could melt. You know, there's white chocolate chips in it, but you never.
You know. Maybe just throw a little dry ice pack in.
Here she is right here, baby. You want to make Trav some lemon blueberry cookies?
Leave JP out of this. He doesn't know you can ship food. So if you don't mind, I would. Those cookies do sound fantastic. So, yeah, absolutely. That sounds great. Blueberry, lemon, white chocolate chip.
Okay, Larry called. He said, "We talking brownies or grandmas." Let's just say grandmas because it's a family show still. Oh, she's on it. Here we go. Probably coming your way next week.
Perfect.
That means I get some too. Which hey, I'll take those any day.
There you go. See, I'm looking out for all of us.
I appreciate that.
I'm looking out for Baker Mayfield fans and Anthony Richardson fans.
Oh my word!
Everybody. I'm looking out for all of
us. I want you to know that y'all got me so pressed that she said one of her first suggestions was hot chocolate or apple cider, and I said we're not doing anything with apple in it. I was like, because I'll get cooked. I'll get cooked.
Yep. Oh, that's hey, if anything, we're consistent.
Hey, I appreciate y'all.
Brownies, cookies, and brownies.
What are you choosing, man?
Well, I'm gonna pick cookies because I'm actually not that big of just a straight up chocolate fan.
Yeah.
I'll have like maybe a Snickers occasionally or something like that. But or I don't know, lemon blueberry white chocolate cookie. Like I'll do something like that. But I'm not just gonna eat like every restaurant has got like something chocolate or whatever, and it's like we've got this 17-layer chocolate ganache dipped in chocolate, fried with some chocolate cocoa powder on top, chocolate ice cream with a drizzle of chocolate. Like I'm like, yeah, like I'm good.
It's diabetes.
Right. So I can't say that around Kirby. He'll start thinking orange bloods. But it's I think I can't just do all the chocolate. The cookies for me go to I like a peanut butter cookie. I like a snickerdoodle. I like an oatmeal raisin. Again, I can't wait to try a lemon blueberry white chocolate chip. I love that kind of stuff. So I think they are. I think they're much better.
Okay, well, guys, we appreciate everybody who stuck with us even through the YouTube copyright strikes. Apparently, out here dropping bombs on us, and we don't even know it. I didn't even get an email yet, so I'm gonna take it up with them, see what the heck was the issue, and we'll get that figured out. But thanks for
we're 4.2 thousand on Twitter right now, so
which is crazy. That is numbers are wild. I'll tell you that.
We're gonna get to 10,000 in the next 2 weeks.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah. Tell them we are on Twitter now. We'll be live streaming on Twitter every week as well. And so, we got a good amount on YouTube, but the last few weeks we got a great amount on Twitter. So tell your friends, tell them, hey, those guys, JP and Trav over there are pretty cool. Rock with us. You can get some beef jerky. You can get some apple pie, spirits, and you can get lies told by the fans on JP. So whatever you want, we got it.
You should send it out to Colts Twitter, in Florida Twitter. Get Anthony Richardson Twitter in here.
Sunshine pumping violation. Here we go.
That's right.
It's a way to end it. But all right, guys, we're a little bit over, but man, it was a fun show tonight. Thanks for everybody.
Great show. Appreciate y'all.
In there. Yep. And we'll see y'all next week at this time. And hopefully, preferably, we're talking about a dub and a decently one dub. And so we don't have to worry about all the crazy stuff going on for next week. And we'll be heading into our first SEC game against Tennessee. Hopefully,
Absolutely. And go to the OU Insider YouTube page and watch Cooking with Grill Boy. I make red beans and rice, and they're delicious. Had some tonight, bro. They turned out so like I was a little bit
skeptical.
Well, it's just like
I'm gonna have to cook
different ways you can do it.
Beans and rice, Trav.
There were just different ways you can do it, and I was like, you got people that are gonna come at you sideways because maybe you put too much andouille sausage in it, or you didn't soak your beans overnight because I want people to be able to make it quick, or you didn't do it as a one-pot dish. I like to do it as a one-pot dish. I did it as rice and red beans, right, and then put them both in a bowl. Anyways, so I was like, there's just so many different variations, and everybody's all stuck on their own that I was like, we'll see. But man, once that first spoonful went in, I was like, put my foot in it, man. It was so good, so good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to cooking it.
Had some tonight for, like I said, had some tonight for dinner. Kept it in the same pot, right on the stove. Little habanero sauce on it. Oh, it was good. It was good. But anyways, go check that out. OU Insider VIP or OU Insider YouTube channel, Cooking with Grill Boy. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel right here. What are we up to, JP?
On YouTube?
Yeah. How many subscribers?
We got 2.68.
Oh, come on. Rookie number. Get this to 3,000. 3,000.
We can get to 3,000. We can do that easy.
3,000 by Texas.
And we are over 1,000 on our Twitter account. Make sure you follow us at JP and Trav Show on Twitter. We appreciate anything you guys are able to do with that. But hey, it's been a great time. We'll see y'all next week. Boomer.